أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. With the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and invoking His help and blessings, we are beginning our study of Surat Maidah. This is the last of the series of 4 Madani surahs, largest and biggest in volume, and at the same time very important also in some respects. These 4 surahs, they are the biggest surahs of the Quran. The biggest, Surat al-Baqarah, comprising of 286 ayat. And for that the Prophet ﷺ has said, لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ زِرْوَةٌ وَزِرْوَةُ الْقُرْآنِ Surat al-Baqarah. Everything has a top, and the top of Quran is Surat al-Baqarah. Then we had Surat Al-Imran, 200 ayat. Then Surat Al-Nisa, 176 ayat. And this is the smallest of the 4, 120 ayat only. But this size is decreasing, but the height is increasing. If you keep in your mind the simile of a pyramid as it rises, the size, the breadth is decreasing, but the height is increasing. So actually, although there's a gradual decrease in the size of these surahs, but it's a gradual increase in the level, or height of these surahs. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. What is aqd? An agreement. Uqda, that is knot. You tie 2 ropes with a knot. So this is uqda. 2 parties, 2 individuals, 2 groups, when they come to some agreement, it's a contract, then it is aqd. And marriage is also called aqd. Why? It's an agreement. It's a social agreement. So actually, aqdul nikah, not only aqd, it's the aqdul nikah. In the same way, all agreements, all contracts, they are aqd. So generally speaking, all contractual obligations you must fulfill. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. Take it as a point that you have to fulfill all contractual obligations. But the biggest contractual obligation is this Sharia. This is between you and me now. This is my covenant with you. Just as the covenant was taken from Bani Israel. In the same way, now that this Sharia has been completed and it has been given to you now, that is why we shall find in the 3rd ayah, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam deena. This day I have completed for you your deen, and I have completed on you my blessings, and I have now very much pleased to acknowledge for you the deen of Islam. So now this is a covenant between Allah and the people of faith, the Mu'mineen. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. Now first of all, we are having certain instructions regarding the foods, what can be eaten, what cannot be eaten. And these things have been coming not only in Surat al-Baqarah, also in some of the Makki surahs also. But this is the final. Uhillat lakum bahimatul an'am illa ma yutla alaykum. Bahimatul an'am. An'am are the quadrupeds, the animals moving on 4 legs. An'am. But bahimatul an'am, out of those animals, quadrupeds, those who graze, who are like cattle, they graze on grass or vegetation. There are quadrupeds which are the beasts of prey. They kill other animals and eat them. They are not halal. Uhillat lakum bahimatul an'am. All the animals like cattle who graze, they are permissible for you. You can take the flesh of these animals. Illa ma yutla alayhim. Except which is recited upon you. And it has been recited many a time, even in the Makki surahs. Swine, that is an exception. Although it is also graze. It grazes. It's a quadruped. But this is the exception. Illa ma yutla alaykum. You cannot take the flesh of it. Ghayru muhilli soyd wa antum hurum. There is one exception in this general permission. When you are in ihram, when you are wearing the sacred robes for the pilgrimage, you can't hunt and game. That is disallowed. But when you are not in ihram, you can have and hunt an animal or something of that sort, which is like the cattle, Inna Allah yahkumu ma yurid. This is the authority of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He decides whatever He likes. You can't question His authority. You have accepted Him as your Lord, and He is omnipotent, He is omniscient, He is all-wise, His knowledge is complete, your knowledge is incomplete. So you have now to accept the command that is coming from Him. Inna Allah yahkumu ma yurid. Surely Allah ordains what He pleases.